Oh, dude. The Epstein depositions, Bill and Hillary Clinton have been deposed to give testimony about Jeffrey Epstein. I've been locked in with this. I loved the two different are Hillary and Bill Clinton even married? Do they hang out ever? Or is it just like one of those like long held on to boomer marriages where they hate each other but they don't want to get divorced because they're worried about getting judged by people who died 20 years ago? That seems to be what it is they stayed together to not jeopardize either of their political careers. And it obviously wasn't worth it because now they're getting deposed for their alleged relationships with notorious child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. And they don't even like each other. Bro, could you imagine the conversations they had in bed that night after their depositions? I knew we should have got a fucking divorce. Hey, I thought it was pretty fun. The contrast between Hillary Clinton's deposition and Bill Clinton's deposition was hilarious. Hillary was indignant the entire time. She was fired up. She was alert. She was angry. She was firing back. She had all these arguments sorted out. She was going at the team, questioning her for this whole thing even happening. She was so incensed and angry and offended that she was there. Bill Clinton was just happily reminiscing on all of the wonderful times he's had with Jeffrey Epstein. Did you see that video footage of him like going through photos of him on Epstein Island or whatever and him being like, oh, I remember that. Oh, that was a great time. I remember her. She was a fun kid. And then his lawyer reaches over and grabs the pictures going, stop smiling at your fond memories. The cameras are recording. And then he grabs the folder back from her and goes, no, I want to look at this one. Remember that? Hey, yeah, that was good. Hey, where is Ghislaine? Is she well? Dude, after seeing the two different depositions, Hillary Clinton is obviously innocent. Lock up Bill because he had a great time. Hillary Clinton nearly stormed out of her closed-door testimony to U.S. lawmakers about Jeffrey Epstein after a photo of her from the deposition was leaked. This is a quote from her. "I'm done with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home." The video footage released on Monday by the House Oversight Committee shows hours of testimony given by both Clinton and her husband, former U.S. President Bill Clinton, sitting for separate depositions last week and denying any prior knowledge of late sex offender Epstein's crimes. While neither Clinton has been accused of any wrongdoing by Epstein's victims, Bill Clinton is included in investigative files related to the sexual predator, including photos. His inclusion spurred calls for the couple's depositions. Here are some key takeaways. All right, so Hillary was very angry. She answered a bunch of the questions, blah, blah, blah. Several hours into the hearing, Republican Lauren Boebert brought up the issue of Pizzagate, a debunked conspiracy theory. Debunked? I feel like every single conspiracy theory has actually been very vindicated. Like we're going, how are they still going with this debunked conspiracy theory nonsense when fucking Bill Clinton is literally getting deposed? Laughing, fondly remembering the fondling he allegedly may have done. Nah, he didn't do it. God bless the USA. After a bit of back and forth between Clinton's lawyer and Boebert about what exactly the lawmaker is asking, Boebert clarified that she is asking if Clinton has reviewed any Epstein files that reference Pizzagate. All the while, the former Secretary of State looked on perplexed. Pizzagate was totally made up. It was an outrageous allegation that ended up hurting a number of people, Clinton answered. I can't believe you're even referencing it. They asked a few questions, which Clinton's lawyers objected to. Quick interruption here. The audio recording stopped while I was doing this part of the deposition bit. I'm going to switch to camera audio. I don't know why it happened, but it comes back after a few minutes. So if you can't deal with the audio, skip the next bit. I think that the Clintons have messed with my Rodecaster and they don't want you to hear this bit. Maybe I'll just edit it out. I don't know. Another Republican lawmaker, Eric Burleson, said he'd like to begin his questioning with some light-hearted questions. Hey, man, we're talking about a pedophile ring run by global elites. Let's drop the levity. Hey, I thought I would have some fun here. Brother, you've deposed a presidential candidate. How about let's take this seriously and ask some serious questions? So this is why like they're all going to get away with it, because you've deposed someone who may or may not have intimate knowledge of the situation, and your decision with that very valuable and limited opportunity is to clip farm for TikTok. He said that businessman and financier Lawrence Rockefeller spearheaded an effort to get government files about UFOs declassified under Bill Clinton's presidency. He then said that while Hillary Clinton was running for president, one of her advisors publicly said she would release those UFO files if elected. Congressman Burleson then asked Clinton if she's pleased now that these files may be released. Clinton answered that she is pleased, adding that I think whatever can be disclosed should be disclosed. Fuck's sake. Shit. I mean, the Epstein files have been released. You've deposed someone to come in to talk about her potential knowledge about either her involvement, other people's involvement, or almost certainly her husband's involvement with the thing, and you decide to ask her about fucking aliens and her opinion on information that is already about to be announced. They're getting away with all of it. All right, Bill Clinton. In the middle of his hours-long deposition, Bill Clinton is asked whether Donald Trump should be compelled to testify. That's for you to decide, he said, but he did know him well. Clinton recounted a conversation with Trump around 2002 or 2003 about Jeffrey Epstein. Trump never said anything to make me think he was involved in anything improper. He just said we were friends and then we had a falling out over a land deal. That's all. Trump, he said, must have known that Clinton had previously flown on Epstein's plane. He said that Trump told him, we have had great times over the years, but we fell out all because of a real estate deal. Former president reacts to being asked about hot tub photo. About halfway through his deposition, Bill Clinton is asked about a photo released by the U.S. Justice Department as part of the Epstein files. It shows the former U.S. president lounging in a hot tub with someone else whose face is redacted. The congressman said the public wants the context and details of the image. I don't think I ever knew that photo was taken, Clinton said, adding he's almost sure it was shot in Brunei after the end of a long Asia trip. The Sultan of Brunei was a man I'd gotten to know well in my 8 years as president. He said, I want you to stay in this hotel and I hope you will use the pool. So I did. And then I got out and went to bed exhausted, Clinton said with a chuckle. Asked about the other person in the photo whose identity is edited out, Clinton twice said, I don't know who that is. I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes or whatever it was, and then I got up and went to bed. Yeah, I believe you. Pressed on whether any sexual activity occurred that night or with that person in the hot tub, he answered no and shook his head. Several other photos released by the Justice Department appear to be taken at the same hotel. They show others whose faces are redacted in the hot tub and pool area, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator who is currently serving prison time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's get a former president in who's got photos taken of him with Ghislaine Maxwell, and let's ask him about aliens. So fucking fine. Bill Clinton asked about Ghislaine Maxwell. At one point in his deposition, Bill Clinton is asked whether Trump should pardon or grant clemency to Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't think I should comment on that, Bill Clinton said. That was really hard for me when it came out, he said, referring to Maxwell's arrest. I was sad, but it was terrible what she did and she should be punished. Somebody besides me should make a decision on what that punishment is. Emails
between the pair from 2002 to 2004 show a cozy relationship rife with flattery and sexual innuendo. With Doug Band, at one point calling Ghislaine Maxwell his lover. Yeah, they're getting away with everything, ladies and gentlemen. And there's nothing we can do about it. And this entire spectacle is designed to demoralize us. And all we can do is focus on us and ourselves and our neighbors and our families, and to be good men and women, and to raise good men and women. And that is the greatest impact that we can have on the world, is to see that evil that's happening around us and decide to embody its opposite. Fuck it both.
And we're back. I don't know what happened, but the audio recording cut out during the Clinton bit. So sorry.